in the process of building and delivering my vessels from the Gulf of Mexico, I've observed firsthand the land-based infrastructure necessary to support offshore drilling. It's not a pretty sight. It's extensive, dirty, and highly industrial. There simply is no place in the South Carolina coast appropriate for this kind of industrialization. Our coast is dominated by residential and resort development, wildlife refuges, and extensive protected ecosystems such as the Ace Basin and Santee Delta. Offshore oil's land-based infrastructure would not mix well with current coastal land uses. I suspect much of the support for offshore oil would fade away as citizens were confronted with the realities of the coastal industrialization necessary to support offshore oil. And he goes on to list these places, these very special places up and down the coast of South Carolina that he's concerned about. You can see similar quotes from the mayor of Georgetown, Jack Scoville. If you go down to Beaufort, you'll hear Billy Kaiserman saying the same things. John Rhodes up in Myrtle Beach, same things. Joe Riley in Charleston. I like the way he phrases this. Our coast is not for sale. And I think that's the way we should be looking at it. From an energy standpoint, the estimates are that we have about 6 days supply of oil off the coast of South Carolina, about 6 months off the entire Atlantic coast. There's legislation in Congress right now that will allow that will be exported overseas. It doesn't have to stay in South Carolina or stay in this country if that legislation passes. There is no revenue share in place right now. Congress has tried to do that over and over again. They haven't had a chance to do it. Maybe that changes, but today that's the way it is. So right now, the proposal we're faced with is essentially one that if we're going to see the jobs and if we're going to see the revenue, then we industrialize our coastline. And we expose ourselves to the type of accidents that we saw just 5 years ago in the Gulf of Mexico, and we compromise our $7 billion tourism industry, our fisheries, and our coastal quality of life. And at the end of the day, we're being asked to do this without looking at the data, without doing a cost-benefit analysis that Representative Goldfinch pointed out is so important. So I know that we're going to have, I think, a good conversation up here, and we dig into some of these facts and dig into the comments that all these speakers